had tremendous challenges that are beyond any words. The basis for everything that we do as Jews and as people has to come from having emunah and having faith. Without that emunah and having faith, none of us would be here, nor could we go on. Every day we get up in the morning, we said, Hashem tested Abraham. Gentlemen, Banim, guess what? You're only beginning. Every one of us here are like newborn babies. The responsibility that you have taken upon yourself has no measure. When we started a few years ago, 10 years, you start to get older and you start to get white, the years fly real quick. You never imagined to the extent that the influence of the Torah learned L'Shem Shemayim goes. A great Rav, really the founder of Rabbi Fishel Todd, he always taught me, he said, the panemius, not the kitzonius, which means the inside, your internal makeup, and not how you look on the outside. Today, that's totally irrelevant. And our responsibilities go to the far ends of the world, to every Jew and to every person in the world. All mankind is created in Tselem Elokim, in God's image. Any of you and all of us walk outside and in your home, every move and every look that you do, how you dress, how you speak, how you think, you're going to be judged. Of course, we have the judge in heaven. But every person in the world is going to look to you and your responsibilities, even before you took on the mantle of having the ability to be called rabbi, was alive. But now, your responsibilities are a millionfold. As a lawyer, rabbi, I travel all around the world and I meet very many distinguished people. And all of them who believe in God, at whatever level they choose, all consistently agree the end is coming soon. We have to know that. You can't just say it every day. If we do say it, say, Ani Ma'amin, I believe. You have to live it every single day. Mashgiach and Lakewood of Nassin had a packed bag. We have to live that way. And we have to know that we have to make every single moment worthwhile, every relationship worthwhile. Many of us have positions that we are literally observed by thousands of people. And we cannot take that lightly. When you take on a look, when you cover your head, when you speak to people, you have to know your influence goes beyond any imagination, any walls, and any borders. Those that have been involved with us, to see from the weekly emails, this morning we had the merit to sit with Rabbi Fishel Todd. We told him about the kotel that started in Iran. What did he say to us? He says, your Torah will defuse the nuclear weapons they threaten us. When you hear from the Gadol, a person as big as that, every letter and every word that he speaks has heavy merit and heavy weight. They think before they speak. All of you have to do the same thing. When I was learning by Torah Simcha, Usher Zelig Rubinstein, Shlita, Siddo from Rechatzkel. He said, the doors to Gehenna, the doors to hell, are leaving the base medrash. And you have to think before you speak. Every single word. Know your words are going to be very heavily measured. And your accountability before compared to now is incomparable. As you can see, just from this gathering, you go as far as Geneva to Houston, Texas. Now we know culturally and language that's worlds apart, and everything else in between here. So you've got to take the responsibility. You have worked, you have earned, and you begin now your lives. The problem that we have when we look a little bit older is we think, oh, we're on. No. Every one of you here, you're all newborn babies. And when people come to counseling for me, I tell the women, I say, you know the difference between us and a little boy is that we're just little boys with old bodies on us. And we see when we go to Gedolei Torah, no matter how they look on the outside, how white their beards are, on the inside, they are like young boys with the fire. And that's what all of you have to have. You have to emulate. You have to take the fire of the Torah, and people have to see it deep in your eyes. And there has to be that excitement and that life and that pushing until the last moments, like the Shulchan Aruch says. What did the Kadosh Baruch Hu do now in the world? He took away the subject and the dream of retirement. All of us involved in Torah realize there is no such thing. And it's incomparable when someone is 20 years old or when they're 60 or 70. Then, maybe when you get to this age, you start to get some understanding, some seichel. A little bit. So now all of you that have the time, realize you're only little boys, you're only beginning. You finish this at the Heter, you chazer, you review, or Shabbos, or Nida, or Avelis, or Mikvaot. You have the responsibility to learn the whole Shulchan Aruch. The basis of everything is your amunah, your faith. And to know Kol b'yidei Shemayim, chutz min yirah Shemayim, that everything comes from heaven except the fear of heaven. And the fear of heaven is what we all have to work on every single moment that we breathe. And never, never let that up. And your fear of heaven will make you understand the responsibility of learning, teaching, learning, reviewing, and never for 1 second say, I'm done. I'm done is when our time comes to leave this earth. I wish all of you bracha, hatzlacha, go back to your homes from around the world and spread the Torah, spread the emet, the truth, to every human being in the world. We have the responsibility. If Klal Yisrael, the nation of the Jews, which the Torah was given to, is going down, then the whole world suffers for it. So we have to be good with everybody. There is no exception. And the love goes to our brothers, every person, everywhere in the world.